What's going on, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I don't know if y'all hear the music on YouTube, but if you can, let me know. Okay? Let me know what you hear. Right? Let me know what you hear. So tonight, this is the last Friday that I'll be going live for a while. Um, I'll be back to my regular schedule of Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central for my people who are like, what? Yep, I got you. I know I've been doing this for the past few weeks of going live on Fridays. Welcome in, Terrence. I see you. Happy Friday. Um, I know I've been doing this for a little bit, but okay, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna get back to our regular schedule of going live on Tuesdays, Thursdays. What's going on, Bear Market Billy? I see you. Welcome in. Happy Friday, or should I say Friday? Y'all, as you're coming in, go ahead and do me a favor and give the thumbs up on YouTube. Keep tapping it up. I appreciate you, Bear Market Bully. Hopefully, we get some more people in here pretty soon, so that way they can help you out. Sharing is caring, y'all. What I'm going to share, people charge money for. What I share tonight, people charge money for. Even I used to charge money for. Okay, so I want to make sure as a person coming into this crypto space, for a person who has been in for a little bit of time but don't really know like how to experience people or identifying better prices to buy more of Bitcoin, XRP, and you know how um, you'll hear people say, "Hey, I'm looking for XRP to go down to $1.50, right? Or I'm looking for XRP to go down to 75 cents or whatever." You probably are wondering as a beginner. Welcome in, Brent. I see you. But thank you, Bear Market Billy. I appreciate it. But yeah, so you're probably wondering, like, how are people knowing that price could go down here and then it actually goes to these areas? That's because they look at the charts, they use the market sentiment. There's a lot of stuff. Life is short. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Right? There are multiple things that people use. Not everybody focus solely on, the charts, which is what we're going to talk about and what I'm going to show you again tonight. Okay. There are people who use other things, but using the charts is definitely a helpful way for us to be able to identify, what's happening in the market to help us to know if we're going to buy now or we're going to hold or if we should sell. Um, what's going on, Daryl? I see you. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Friday. I'm so used to going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So since I know I didn't go live on Thursday, I'm saying Tuesday. Percy, welcome in. Papa Joe, what's going on? Happy Friday, welcome in. So I have to remind myself to say Friday. Callie, welcome in. So yeah, so tonight that's what I'm going to be talking about. Okay, this crypto 101 is definitely for beginners, but I love when experienced individuals in the crypto space come on because they pretty much, for the most part, say, "Yep, that's what it is," and they also offer insight for things that I may not touch on, but that actually goes with the conversation. Okay. So if you are experienced in the crypto space, I would love for you to stay. I got it. If you're like, I already done this already, but help us sister out. Okay. Because I may not be able to reach everybody. And there may be something that you share that they need that I probably didn't even pay attention to. Okay. What's going on? Boo from the low. Welcome in. Happy Friday. All right. So Crypto 101 is definitely for beginners. As y'all are coming on, tap the screen on TikTok, tap, YouTube, thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Hit the notification bell if you have not done so yet. Share, share, share. Repost if you're like, girl, I don't know you like that. Okay, I got a TikTok. You can always repost and then comment, comment and let me know where you are tuning in from. Put your city, put your state, put your country. If you are not in the United States, user, it went away. Paula, welcome in. I see you. Happy Friday. Okay. Put your city, put your state, put your country. If you're not in the United States, let me know where you are tuning in from. My name is Leona. I'm here in the state of Louisiana. And tonight I'm going to do my best to simplify something that a good number of beginners, including myself when I first started out in as a serious investor, in 2020. I was working through, but this is something that a lot of beginners struggle with. Okay, and hopefully y'all know what that is. But I'm going to tell you, if you don't know, that's knowing how to read the chart. I'm going to use Bitcoin as an example for my people who don't know. I definitely use Bitcoin as my guide to say, yep, this is the direction the market is going into, so on and so forth, until it proves me otherwise. That's what I'm going to do. Monroe, welcome in. I see you. Percy. Okay, so I'm down in South Louisiana. So come on, I'm not from Louisiana, but I do now reside in Louisiana because my husband is from Louisiana. Both of us are retired Army. So this is where we are deciding to plant roots. Okay, Mr. Joe, what's going on? What up? What up? What up? I see you. JDC, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. So yeah, y'all keep letting me know where you're tuning in from. I see y'all. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about and I'm gonna show you how to read these charts without all that guessing, without the waiting for someone to tell you if we're at the bottom or not. You're gonna be able to do that, Mary. Okay. Welcome in. Happy Friday. You're gonna be able to do that. Right? That is the goal. Now, I got it. It's gonna be a lot of information. Okay, Chaz, welcome in. Happy Friday. I got it's gonna be a lot of information. Please don't panic. If you cannot stay the whole time on TikTok, y'all, I am live, and this video will be up on my YouTube channel on Prosperity Calls. Okay, so if you can't stay the whole time, you can just be here for a little bit. I got you. Go back and watch on YouTube, and that's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Okay. Now, the reason why I want to do this, or I'm doing this for free at that, because like I said, people do pay to show you how to read these charts, or charge to show you how to read these charts. But I'm going to show you some basic stuff so that way you at least have the basics. Because the truth is, there are a lot of beginners, there are a lot of people coming into this space that they look at the charts and they're like, what the heck is this? I don't know what this is, Leona. I'm lost. What are these colors? I don't get it. Okay. I want to help you. All right, I want to help you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just start here and ask a question. If you can type in the chat, Mika Dose, welcome in. Happy Friday. If you can type in the chat, or if you're watching a replay, you can type it in the comments. I'm gonna ask y'all a question, okay? When you look at a chart, Adonis, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. When you look at a chart, whether it's Bitcoin, XRP, because we're talking about cryptocurrency tonight, okay? What do you tend to focus on the most? Thank you so very much for the rose. I appreciate you, Adonis. And thank you, Chaz, for continuing to like the live. I appreciate you. Y'all keep help Chaz out by tapping the screen on TikTok and also share. Sharing is caring. Sunny, what's going on? Welcome in. And you can also repost, y'all. All of those things tell the algorithm that people are interested in this and they want other people to join in on the conversation. Same thing with y'all on YouTube. Do that when you share, when you engage by commenting, when you give it the thumbs up, when you are hearting or putting the 100s, like tapping it or whatever. When I'm talking, that is telling YouTube's algorithm that, hey, this is interesting. Send this out to more people, okay? The more of y'all that do those things, which is free, the more of y'all do that, the more information I can give, and also the more people get the same information you're getting, and they're all getting it. You're all getting it for free. Free 99. Okay. Thank you so very much, Bear Market Billy, for the repost. So when you look at a chart, okay, and I'm going to show y'all for those who are like, I haven't never looked, Leon. I got you. But for my people who have looked, what do you focus on most? Do you focus more so on what the price is or was? Okay. Put the number one in the chat. If you look and focus on the price, extreme deep, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. If you focus on where are your indicators, these things that you may see on people's charts, okay, like moving averages, RSIs, and stochastics, do you focus on where that's position? Is that your main focus? Put the number two in the chat. Put the number three if you're like, now I'm a volume. I want to see what the volume is. How many people or how much volume is in the market? Is it a lot of buying? Is it a lot of selling? Put the number three in the chat. But the number four, if you're like, hey, listen, I got it. Y'all talk about charts and stuff, but I'm a news person. I want to know what's happening. You know, I want to, go on to these different crypto outlets and see what they're talking about. Okay, that's going to be my main focus. Put the number 4 in the chat if that's it. If you're like, Leona, I don't know none of that, then put the letters IDK. I don't know. Put that in the chat. If you're like, I don't know, girl, this is just, can you just show me the stuff? I got you. I got you. Just chill, push pause, okay? Deborah, I appreciate the honesty, okay? She said, I don't know, girl, but I know you're going to show me. Yes, I am. All right? I know. All right. Carl, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Happy Friday. I see you, Danielle. Daniel, my bad. I said Danielle. My biz. Welcome in, y'all. Happy Friday. Yeah, so if you are just joining, because I see y'all say 1, 2, 3, and I don't know. Then Market Bully, you playing with us. You do know. Now I know sometimes it's like, ugh, this looks horrible. And then you're just like, close it. This is gonna irritate me. Close it. Hey, what's going on? Go DJ, because that's my DJ. Go DJ, because that's my DJ. What's going on? Happy Friday. Welcome in. Okay. Tasmania, welcome in. Happy Friday. I see you. Go DJ Unstoppable. Y'all give him a follow. Tonight should be fun. So make sure y'all come on to his live stream tonight. He is really, really great at what he does. You will have some fun, okay? If you're a music lover like myself, you're probably gonna be up late. So I just need you to be prepared for that. Okay, get your mind right. Be ready. Be ready. Pootie. Pootie time. No, just what's going on? Happy Friday. Welcome in. All right, so what we're gonna talk about, welcome back, Mr. Joe. So for all my people who just joined in, y'all, this Crypto 101 is for beginners. Over the last few sessions, what I have covered, what we have covered and talked about, voted on, is are we in a accumulation phase right now when it comes to Bitcoin, or are we still in the correction phase when it comes to Bitcoin? If you're like, Leona, I don't know what any one of those are, we will go over that, okay, to help you out, to get you caught up. All right. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heart me. I appreciate you, my brother. Let's go. BB Manis, I think that's what it said. Welcome in. Marisol. There you go. Marisol. I see it. I had to take my time. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay, so we talked about accumulation versus correction. We voted on that. And then I'll show y'all that again tonight for those of you that do not know what that is, what it looks like. Thank you so very much for the repost. I showed you guys and we talked about what a real bottom looks like. You know, when people say, I wish I would have bought at the bottom, we talked about that. I've shown you on charts what that looks like, and then what a temporary bounce looks like, where you think it's the bottom, but it's actually not, because the price bounces back up and then it turns around and still goes lower. Okay. Thank you so very much for sharing the live. I see you, Kiri Lewis, as well. Welcome in. Happy Friday. All right. And then Tuesday, we talked about what smart money looks for. So the people with big money, dog. Okay. The multi-city millionaires and the billionaires and all of that, right? What they look for to tell them that they should buy in this market, specifically talking about Bitcoin, okay? I gave you 3 things, 3 signals that they look for. If you missed it, y'all, all my stuff is on YouTube. All the replays of every single session that I talked about just now, they're all on YouTube. You can go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Just like this one is being recorded on there, you can catch all of those previous ones as well, okay? So we're going to take the next step tonight from all the stuff that we've talked about so far. We're going to go from reacting to price, okay? The goal is, okay, dog, trends, I saw you. SRC, welcome in, happy Friday. Okay, we're going to move from reacting to what we see when price goes down or up or whatever. We want to move from reacting, firing, to learning how to read these charts and learning how to read a term you're going to hear a lot, market structure, like an analyst. So those people that you watch on Bloomberg and the different, MSNBC and all of that, when you hear them talking and how they are able to break down stuff, the goal is to help you to get from having emotions and all of that stuff, like being super emotional about the way price is moving, to being able to say, oh, this is what it's doing. Got it. Okay. So now that you have the data, Miss Rose, you'll be able to move and position yourself to either buy, sell, or hold at a price that you know you are comfortable with and you're not going to freak out. Okay. Welcome in, David. All right. So that's what we're doing. That is the goal. So for my people who are like, Leona, Mr. Bill, welcome in. Leona, what the heck is market structure? Okay. What the heck is market structure? I got you. So if you need to know what that is, I'm going to show you all of this stuff too, y'all. Okay. So don't spaz out. Don't be like, oh, she talking all this stuff or whatever. That's why I'm saying this stuff slow and reminding you all I'm about to show you on the chart. Okay. I'm going to show you. If you cannot stay the whole time on TikTok, y'all, I'm recording this on YouTube. It's Prosperity Calls on YouTube as well. You can always go and watch the replay on there. Okay. Or just jump back in or whatever it may be. Okay, so market structure, right? Payout solution. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Market structure is just simply the pattern that price trades over time. OG Chris, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay, that's it. That's all. And what this pattern does is it's going to tell us a few things. But the main thing, Glorious Go, that it's going to tell us is who's in control. Are people buying more or are people selling more? Nana, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. Are people buying more or are people selling more? That's the whole reason why we want to understand market structure. Y'all, if you understand or you know who is buying more or who is selling more, what are you most likely to do? Type it in the chat. Chase, welcome in. Happy Friday. If you know if more people are buying or more people are selling, what are you most likely to do? Type it in the chat. Earl, welcome in. Happy Friday. Let me know. I'm waiting on y'all. Type some answers in the chat. When you know what people are doing, because you now understand that term that I said multiple times, market structure, and you know who's in control right now. If people are buying more or people are selling more, what are you more likely to do? What are you more likely to do? Bear Market Bully said, do what they do. He said, do what they do. When Bitcoin went up to 126K and you saw that people started selling and selling and selling, and let's say you were able to get in at, let's say, $70,000 per Bitcoin, right? So you bought a boatload of Bitcoin at the time, and you also had a ton of Bitcoin ETFs, okay? You may not have sold your actual Bitcoin, but you probably would have sold some of your Bitcoin ETFs or shares, right? Because that's still profit that's going to go back into your bank account, correct? If that's what you're using it for. If you're putting it back into your bank account. Okay, welcome in, Mr. Joe. Right? So if you see a bunch of people selling and you know that you're in massive profit and you said to yourself, hey, when we at the top and price starts to go down, I want to sell because I want to secure some of my profit. That's what you're going to do. You're going to sell. If a bunch of people are buying at a very low price, what are you more likely to do? I will hope at the low price. Hola, welcome in. Okay, I will hope that you will be that person that say, hey, price is super low. Discount, get it for the discount, right? I'm going to start buying, Tyrell. That's Leona, though. Okay, so this is what market structure helps us to identify, y'all. KJ, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight, all right, I'm going to focus on 3 main ideas here when it pertains to market structure. I'm going to keep it as simple as I can because I'm going to show y'all this stuff on the chart. Belkis, welcome in. Happy Friday. I see you, KJ. What's going on? Okay, So I'm going to talk about three main things, y'all. One is talking about these other terms that you're going to hear as an investor. All right, higher highs, higher lows, big AD, one love, welcome in. Okay, happy Friday. So what the heck does that look like, Leona? I don't heard people talking about this with trading. Well, guess what, Tony? You're gonna need to know that as an investor too. Play for college, you're gonna need to be able to identify that too, especially if you want to know when to buy, when to sell, or when to hold. Whatever it is, this doesn't just apply to cryptocurrency, y'all. What I'm gonna show y'all tonight, you can apply that to the stock market. I've shifted from trading foreign exchange, right, from the forex market to trading futures, right? Guess what? Because I learned how to trade forex, I can now trade not just forex crypto, right? What's going on, Mr. Howard? Welcome in. Happy Friday. I see you. Okay, he on it now. You know, he slipped up one time and he been on it ever since. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Okay. But I shifted from forex, right, to now it's futures. But guess what? I didn't have to change too much of what I was doing because I already understood what we're talking about tonight, which is market structure. So even though I'm talking about, and I'm going to use Bitcoin as an example for y'all, you can use what I'm showing you tonight for every single market that is tradable. So if you invest in the stock market, this market structure is going to help you to identify at what price point should you buy shares into that company, ETF, whatever it is, at what price should you sell, or if you're like, oh, you know what, it's been here before, let me hold. Okay? If you invest in gold and silver like myself, guess what? You can use what I'm about to show you tonight, market structure, to identify if you should buy more gold, buy more silver, sell your gold, sell some of your silver, or hold. Smith, welcome in. Happy Friday. So we're going to talk about higher highs and higher lows. I'm going to show you that on the chart. We're going to talk about lower highs and lower lows. I'm going to show you that on the chart, John. And welcome in, Quiet Storm. I'm going to show you and talk about support and resistance. Y'all, if you can understand these simple three things, okay, welcome in, Robin, I'm telling you, it's going to be easier for you to make a decision on how you're going to invest in any market. Okay, Rashid? That's it. That's it. That's all. All right? I don't want to overwhelm you. That's why I said we're going to talk about three things tonight. So if you can understand those three things and start understanding market structure in general, then guess what? You now have a better understanding of the market, period. Okay? So if y'all ready, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all ready. We're going to talk about higher highs and higher lows. I'm going to show y'all on the chart as well what they look like. Chuck, I see you. Lisa, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay, as you're coming on YouTube, thumbs up, and then also let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Put your city, put your state, put your country if you're not in the United States. Type it in the chat. Remember, y'all, even though I'm live on TikTok right now, I'm actually on YouTube as well. So if you can't stay the whole time on TikTok, you can always go onto YouTube, Prosperity Calls, and watch the replay. Okay, PR787, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Friday. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about are higher highs versus lower lows or lower highs. Okay, so you know what the difference is between the two. Okay, so this is just going to help us to identify if we are in an uptrend, meaning price is going up. Okay, or if we're in a downtrend, meaning price is going down. Okay, so in an uptrend, this is going to welcome in. Happy Friday. In an uptrend, meaning price is going up. Nearly welcome in. Happy Friday. That means price is making something called higher highs and higher lows. I want you to write it down because, again, you don't want to have to wait for someone else to tell you if price is moving up and, you know, this is not a good time to buy because price hit this point, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be able to do this for yourself. That's the whole point of Crypto 101, y'all. Welcome in from Connecticut. Connecticut, I see you. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Gloria, welcome in. Okay? I want y'all to be able to do this for yourself. Okay? They say teach a man to fish, right? And he can feed himself for a lifetime. I don't want you to be the person relying on someone else for information because guess what? You will starve. What happens if I stop going live? What happens if your favorite, financial educators stop going live and say, you know what? Because they're not getting paid what they feel they should get paid, they're not going to go live anymore. They're just going to go make their money because they know how to invest and look at the charts. They understand all of this stuff. So they're like, I'm done. What will happen if they stop? If everybody stops sharing what they know? So let's not rely on people when we can learn this for ourselves. It's not that hard, y'all. Okay, thank you so very much for liking the live. Y'all help Gloria out by tapping the screen on TikTok. Share as well, repost as well. Silverback, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay, repost and comment and let me know where you all are tuning in from as you're coming in. Okay, so price is gonna make something called higher highs and higher lows. I'm gonna show y'all in a second. Please don't rush me. And this is being recorded on YouTube for my people who can't stay the whole time on TikTok. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. So what that means is when price is making higher highs and higher lows, that means that buyers are in control. That means that more people is buying that thing. So I'm going to use Bitcoin as an example tonight, but this can be applied to anything that is tradable. If you're in the stock market, it can be used on these companies, your ETFs. If you are a person that invests in precious metals, it can be used on your precious metals. If you're into oil, so any other commodities, guess what? You can use it on those things as well. Okay? You want to know if buyers are in control because that's going to tell you if what? If I should start buying now or if I should hold what I got because price has gotten too high. And there may be a fake out on the horizon. Okay, so uptrend, we're going to see higher highs and higher lows. Y'all, please write that down. Remember it. Higher highs and higher lows when price is going up and we see an uptrend. I'll show y'all in a second. When there is a downtrend, y'all, we're going to see price make lower highs and lower lows. Don't confuse these. Price is going down, you're going to see lower highs and lower lows. That means that the sellers are in control. People are selling that Bitcoin. People are selling that XRP. People are selling that Apple. They're selling Nvidia. They're selling Microsoft. Okay? They're selling VOO. They're selling VTI. Got it? They're selling gold. They're selling silver. Okay? So downtrend, again, price is going to make lower highs and lower lows. So when we look at these charts, what I'm going to ask y'all to do is identify these things so that way we know, or I know, y'all got it. Okay? So I'm about to show y'all Bitcoin as a chart, okay? And we're going to be on the week time frame because as investors, especially in crypto, for me, the week is my spot. I see stuff very clearly. It's easier to identify these higher highs, these lower highs, these lower lows, and these higher lows. It's easier for me to identify these things on the week time frame. It's not too cluttered. Not a lot of noise. I'm good. Okay, that's Leona though. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to look for a few things because I want y'all to be able to identify if we are in an accumulation phase or still in the correction phase. I see what's going on. Charity, what's going on? Okay, let me share my screen. Then I'm gonna pull y'all around TikTok so y'all can see as well. So I'm sorry on YouTube, I'm not gonna be able to see your comments. So once I start sharing on StreamYard, I can't see. Okay. All right, so let's go. Okay, so remember how I said we were talking about higher highs and higher lows, right? So what you may see, I'm going to use the previous bull market. Okay, when price was running up on Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin, see? And then this W right here represents 1 week of price movement. Gloria say that's the jam. I know, right? Okay, that's 1 week. So that means every single one of these candles, these green and red candles, that's 1 week of price movement. Okay, so me as an investor, I'm mainly looking at the week to tell me if I should pull the trigger or not. Okay, I look at higher time frames so that way I can see where price is being. But the week is what's going to tell me, yep, I should buy. Nope, I should be selling. Or hold up, hold what you got, Leona. Okay. So for my people who do not know, the last market cycle for Bitcoin, okay, that the entire cycle was complete was back in here. Okay. So we had 2021, boom, we had our high. Okay. That was at close to 69K. As you can see here where this cursor is at, I was close to 69K. Okay. And then price took a tank. It took a dive. Everything went down. Everybody see that, right? Okay. Price is going down. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. This is the high at that time in 2021. See, that was a high. Okay. And then it just started going down. Well, how do I know it's going down? Well, clearly we see it's getting lower, right? But all these red candles, let me make this a bit quieter so you guys can see better. Okay. All these red candles mean that price sellers are in the building. Red means sell. Green means buy. Cool. Red means stop. Green means go. Red means price goes down. Green means price goes up. Got it? Okay. So we have big body red candles. And then it kind of stalls out here. It attempts to push up, but it doesn't go higher than here, right? So that means we have what is called a lower high. This is a high, but it's not higher than here. It's lower, correct? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if that is correct. If I'm wrong, say Leona, that's not right. This one is higher than this. Okay? Let me know in the chat. Let me know, because I want to make sure y'all good. Okay. All right. So now we have price push down some more, right? This is another low. This low is lower than this low, correct? Because look, I'm gonna put my cursor here. This is the price of that first low, 41K, okay? See that, 41K. Then price came down here and much lower before it pushed up, all right? So I'm gonna put my cursor here. We were at 41K. This one was 34K. Would you agree that that price is lower than the 41K, right? So that means that we had a lower low. So we had a lower high and we have a lower low. So then price attempts to push up again, okay? And then it comes right here. See where this cursor is at? I just want to place it here so that we can see what price went to. It went to 47,000. So that was higher than that 41, right? Okay, so it went to 47. Well, this high here, where price pushed back up, I'm trying to get onto it. Price pushed back up, that was 51K. So it's 47,000 lower than 51,000. Give me a yes or no in the chat. It's 47,000 lower than 51,000. Yes or no in the chat. Queen of the Nile, what's going on? It's been a minute. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. All right. Money talk. 47,000 is higher than 51,000. Okay. All right. So yeah. So this 47,000 was lower than here. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heart, me money talk. Hey, y'all, if you want to learn more about crypto, I'm not the only person. There are a lot of people on here on TikTok that teach cryptocurrency. If you want to learn more, especially with getting certified, y'all follow Money Talk. Hold on. Let me pin her real quick. Y'all make sure y'all are following from the live too, because there are a lot of scammers out here and these copycats. Welcome in, Rusty. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heart me. So I don't want y'all to get scammed, okay? Please make sure. Please make sure that y'all follow from the live and not just waiting to say I'm gonna go find them, because you're probably gonna find the wrong one. Say I'm waiting for that 32K. Listen, I already done said there will be signs from Leona. I ain't gonna tell you. There's gonna be signs, child. Okay. So this high was much lower than this high, right? Gotcha, Gloria G. Okay, good, good. This high was lower than this one, so that means this is a lower high. Then price came down some more. Boom, hit 25K ish, right? That means we had a lower low because this low was lower than this one. Okay, so now we have lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low. So we have 2 and 2. Then price attempts to push back up, can't quite come up higher than here, right? You see it kind of pushed up, couldn't keep going, push down some more, right? So now this this high is lower than this one. Then it pushes down some more, another lower low. This low was lower than that one. Does this make sense to everybody? So this is telling us that we had a selling market. Now, if you want to see a buying market, we're going to go to where price was buying. So this started in 2023. Okay. So it broke out. I'm going to go to accumulation in a minute, but it broke out of this accumulation phase and started buying. Okay. So I'm going to move this up for a second so y'all can see. Okay. So this 30, trying to get down here. Okay. So 30K ish, 31, 30, 30,000, 31. Okay. Price broke out of here. Okay. Because I like TradingView. That's why I'm using it. Whoever this 42555. Okay. Yes, I'm on TradingView, Gloria G. And it's totally free. Okay. If you want to pay for it, you can, but you don't have to. All right. So yeah. I'm gonna say, yep, looking for that again. I feel you. I feel you. Okay. So yeah. So price broke above this 30, 31K, right? And then it started to make new highs. Now remember, 30, 31, this is how far it went. It broke out of that, and then it started to go up. It went sideways a little bit, went a little bit higher, right? So we have a high. Okay? Price pushed down a bit and then came up again. Is this higher than here? Yes or no? Is this higher than this? Yes or no? Right here, is this higher than this? All right, I got you. Okay. So then we had a little selling for that week, but then we had massive push up. We have another high. DH, welcome in. Happy Friday. Right? We have another high. So that means we have a higher high. Is this high higher than this one? Yes or no? Is this high higher than this one? Yes or no? Okay. Higher high. So that way you know when we have a buying market going on, because it creates higher highs and higher lows, right? So then price does this. It's pretty much like a reaccumulation phase. It's moving sideways a bit. It'll push down and everything, but it's still staying in an area, right? Yes, ma'am. Higher high. Okay. HH for higher high. Miss Gloria got it. Okay. So then we have a low here. Okay, right in here. So let me put this cursor here. Oops. Right in here. So that's 49K. Okay, 49K ish, right? Well, is this this low right here, this 49K-ish, is this one, is that 49K higher than this low right here, which is, there we go, which is 38K. Is this high? Is this low, I mean, higher than this low? Yes or no? Is this low right here higher than this low? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Okay, sorry y'all on YouTube. Remember, I'm sharing on StreamYard, so I can't see your comments. Okay, but I'll be able to respond after we're live. All right, so that means that we have a higher low. So that would be, use the acronym or the letters HL. Okay, so this is a higher low because this low right here is higher than that one. Got it? So then the reaccumulation phase is about to be over because guess what? Price is going to take off again. Bam, look at it. Gone. Okay? It took off again. Okay? So we had a bit of reaccumulation here where it slowed down from, what's this? That was March 2024 all the way till October 2024 before it took off right here. Remember, each one of these candles is 1 week of price movement. Okay, so then it took off and then it created another high. So this high right here is higher than this one, correct? So that means we have another higher high. That tells us, y'all, we are still in an uptrend because we are seeing more higher highs and we have higher lows. Price pushed down. Okay, it came down to 74K. Okay, but then that 74K is higher than this low of 40. What was it at? 49K, right? Okay, so that's another higher low. But how much money do you have to invest to get that amount of money? It's not about the amount of money, it's about percentages. Okay, what I would love for more people who are just starting out as investors to move away from thinking about the dollar amount to, am I up 10%, 12%, 14%? Okay, because the percentage is what's going to matter, honestly, because that means that if you're averaging a return every year of, let's say, 14%, well, that means what you're investing in, whatever you're investing in, is doing better at the time than investing in certain companies or certain ETFs. You know what I'm saying? That should make you feel good. You say, yeah, I could do percentages. I would be happy. Yeah. You know, because I got it. Some people, I did it too, y'all. So I'm not, judging. Okay. But a lot of times when we're first starting out, we look at, man, that's not enough money. But you got to look at, you're starting with what you have. Everybody don't have tens of thousands of dollars to put into the market, right? You might have a few $100s. You might be like, Leon, I only have a few $100. I only got like $25 to put in it. I'm not risky yet. That's cool. Put your $25 in. And then just say, hey, look, every month I'm putting $25 into whichever asset you're going to invest in. Okay? But do that every single month. And then as long as you do that every single month, there's something called the compound effect. It's going to start to take place. So now that 25 that you put in, yes, ma'am, and you hold it. That's it. You don't need to sell unless you want to. But personally, with Bitcoin, Leona is not selling her Bitcoin. Now, my Bitcoin ETFs, yes, because I did that this last go round. Okay, I sold a few shares. All right, but I personally wouldn't sell any of my Bitcoin. All right, just because it's a limited supply. All right, but at the end of the day, okay, the point is to just get to the point where you're consistently investing. Brown Sugar, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Friday. Billy asked about Algorand. We're using Bitcoin as a way to identify market structure to help people to understand how to invest, to know when to buy, when to sell, when to hold any asset. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, listen to some good music and chilling with us, you'll feel a bit better. Okay. I hold Algorand. I'm going to continue to hold Algorand. That's it. That's all. Okay. And like with everything else, because prices are much lower, then I would definitely say Leona buys, but I can't tell you what to do because I'm not a licensed financial advisor at this time. So the only thing I can do is tell you what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, and why I'm not doing it. Okay. Said Divine Timing said, I keep hearing people say not to sell BTC. Why? Because there's a limited supply. There's only 21 million Bitcoin to ever be created. It's not like our US dollar where they just print more money. Okay. Once that 21 million is out there, guess what? That's it. So think about it. When there's a limited supply of something, what happens when all of it is gone? What happens to the price? What happens to the price for you? Who was that? Dang it. Divine Timing. What happens to the price of that thing when it is all sold out? Yes, price goes up. Absolutely. Okay. So, V-Babe says, should I start buying BTC now or wait till it bottom? We already look where we at. Look where we at. He said the price goes up. Yes, sir. Yes, that's right, Divine. It shoots up. Okay. Remember, y'all, I'm not licensed. Okay. I don't have a securities license, so I cannot tell anybody what to do. All right. I cannot tell anyone what to do. And if you're not if you don't have a securities license, you cannot tell anyone what to do. Now you can say, hey, what I'm doing is, but I can't tell you to do it. Right. Billy say that's not financial advice. Come on now. Y'all not about to get me in trouble. Because I am working to get my securities license. So y'all not about to get me in trouble. Okay. So what I have been doing is buying, but I cannot tell you what to do. All right. And that's the whole point of this. This is why I want to go over market structure, y'all. So you don't have to ask someone if you should be buying or selling something, because guess what? You're going to know because the market is going to show you. That is the goal, for you to be able to look at the market and say, yep, this is good. I'm loving this. Even if price goes lower, guess what? You still able to do what? Buy more. So even if price was to break below this previous 3-month low of 60K, okay, guess what? I'm on the 1 week, Shauna. 1 week. Even if price does go below 60K, guess what? I could buy more. I could buy some more. That's it. That's all. Okay. So on TradingView, do you have to put a test trade on? You don't have to use TradingView to trade. I personally use TradingView just to mark up because y'all see my watch list over here? I invest in stocks and everything. So ETFs and all that. So all it is stuff that I've been looking at. Okay. So, and it's easier for me to just click on something. Like if I want to look at ETH, boom. All right, cool. If I want to look at I have GBTC as a crypto ETF. Boom. B Rose, welcome in. Happy Friday. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heart me. Okay. So pass the test and trade. No. You do not have to do that. This is just a tool for us to be able to analyze charts. So you don't have to do anything extra with this. Okay. Is this good for day trading? What you're teaching? Yes. Market structure is good for any type of trading as well as for investing. Okay. This is Barbara. What's going on? Barbara. Sorry. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Thank you for the Go Piles B Rose. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, y'all. I do that. I'm a millennial. Don't mind me. All right. That's just what we do. All right. Anyway, so yeah. So that's what I wanted to show y'all. Okay. So we saw higher highs, higher lows, right? And then I showed you guys lower highs and lower lows. So you know what that looks like. Now I'm going to talk to y'all about this accumulation versus correction phase. So that way y'all have an understanding of why we have taken a vote on where Bitcoin is right now. Next Tuesday is when we're going to look at the market to see if we are considered to still be in a correction phase or in the makings of accumulation or full-blown accumulation. Okay. So remember how I told y'all or showed you guys lower highs, lower lows, right? With this past cycle. Okay. Said crypto sounds similar to options as far as trading and charting. Is there a big difference? I don't trade options. I just started trading futures. But I've been trading crypto since 2020 for real. 2017 is when I got introduced to it, but child, I was trash. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I started trading foreign exchange and crypto in the same, brokerage type thing, and I've been doing that since 2020. Like for real, since 2020. So pretty much 6 years off and on. But I don't do options, and I just started futures 2 weeks ago. So it's pretty similar. What I'm showing y'all tonight, y'all, market structure, you can apply that to any type of trading and any type of investment, any type of asset class that you're looking at investing in that you can find on a chart like trading. Okay. So Justice, welcome in. Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Good for y'all on doing options trading. Hopefully y'all are successful and profitable. Okay. So I showed you guys lower highs, lower lows. I showed you lower lows, lower lows. And then I showed you the higher highs and the higher lows. You know what that looks like. So now we're going to talk about the different phases. Okay. The different phases that you will see in a market cycle. This is going to help you for my options traders out there. Options is killing me. Dang, I'm sorry. But maybe you'll be able to get it with more practice, y'all. Trading is not something that is just gonna automatically come to a person. The people who get it like that are unicorns. I kid you not. I call them unicorns. The people who are able to make $1 million plus and all that stuff, like within a year of being exposed to trading. I'm like, y'all jokers are some unicorns, because that didn't happen for me. It took me 4 years, y'all, to get out of my own way. And then I finally became consistently profitable as a forex trader. And I'm not telling you that that's going to happen to you. I'm just saying I was in my own way. And it took me a long time to get my emotions in check, to stop being greedy and resist trading and all that stuff. Like, I'm telling you, that was the hard part. Looking at the charts was fine. It was the emotions that was just killing me as a trader. And once I finally got that under control, everything else was just smooth sailing. All right. So it said learning the chart and how to read the chart is key no matter what you trade. Absolutely, cool nerd. You are right. And I'm gonna pin that. That's the whole reason why I'm showing y'all this. And it's not just about trading for my people who want to make short-term gains. Okay. As an investor, you can apply this to investing. That's why I'm on the 1 week time frame, because this helps me to be able to identify if now is a good time for me to buy, because market structure is much cleaner and clearer to Leona. Okay. Higher time frames, you're able to see things clearer. Lower time frames, there's a lot of noise. So it's harder to see the big picture when you're on the 4 hour, the 1 hour. That stuff is for you to trade and get your short-term bag. When you are consistently profitable, okay? So I'm not here to teach anyone how to trade, because I personally would not suggest anyone learn how to trade first, okay? Market structure is going to help you with investing and trading at the same time, all right? So say number 2 most important thing is risk management. Absolutely. So do you prefer to trade crypto? The only cryptocurrency I trade is Bitcoin. I stopped trading everything else short term, y'all. Okay, because there's a difference between trading and investing. I know sometimes people like to use that interchangeably, and it's not. They're two totally different things. Okay. So I love to trade Bitcoin because for me, it has become easier for me to identify when I should do things. Now I will say this past 2 weeks, I don't know what's been going on with Bitcoin. I'm like, yo, I need you to get together. I need you to make up your mind, dog. Like, but yeah, so I trade Bitcoin and I trade gold. Those are my two favorite things to trade, Bitcoin and gold. Plus, I invest in both of them. Okay. Buy and hold. So it's not just about trading, it's also about buying and holding. Okay. Just about everyone say balancing your emotions is the key factor. Absolutely living in heaven. It is. If you cannot manage your emotions when you are investing or trading, I'm telling you now, it's going to be very hard for you to keep profit. You're going to give that money back to the market, whether you're investing or trading. Trust me, I know. Been there, done that. That's why I keep saying it so much. All right. Juju, welcome in. Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. All right. So I want you to pay attention to down here. Okay. So remember, I showed you guys this was the bear market. Okay. From 2022 into 2023. So we had the bear market happen 2021. Okay. Our all-time high, almost 69K on for Bitcoin, right? Then price pushed down. I showed you lower highs, lower lows. You all know what that looks like. Okay. Cool. At the bottom of a bear market, typically what phase you're going to see is called an accumulation phase. Charity, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay, you're going to see an accumulation phase. What does that mean? What does that look like, Leona? What that means is price is now going to slow down on the selling, and there's going to be a battle between the buyers and the sellers. So instead of seeing big body candles like this, you're going to start to see smaller body candles. Price is going to move sideways. Okay, so it's not a clear up, it's not a clear down. Okay, it's going to be sideways. Thank you so very much for sharing, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Repost as well, so you can send this out. So TikTok can send this out to the FYP. Okay, so right here is when we have a really good point of accumulation, because this was the last big body candle. It pushed down. We had another little low here. That was November 21st, that week of 2022, right? And then it just continues to go sideways. So remember, y'all, each one of these candles is 1 week of price movement, right? So we're going to count this for my people who have never been on any of my lives before. This is 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks of price staying down here, hovering at 15, 16, 17K area. Everybody see that? Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all see that. Right here, we talking 2 months, y'all, of price just staying down there by that 15K, $17,000 mark. Okay, this was prime accumulation because it's almost 2 months of price staying down here. Then you thought the price was going to take off because guess what? It finally broke out of that. This is when Leona started buying, because I was like, hold up. I started buying again because I was like, wait a minute. Now we out of here. And this prices just keep moving. So I started buying at 18K-ish, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. But guess what? It went sideways again. Okay? Sideways again. So we had 1, 2, 3, where's that? 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 weeks, right? Staying in this same area. Now, guess what? This is a higher low because price pushed down, but this low is higher than down here, correct? So when we believe that when we believe that we are moving out of the accumulation phase, we need to see multiple higher lows. They don't have to be massive. We can just see a few higher lows that say, okay, yep, we coming out of that accumulation phase. Okay, so this was our first sign that, hey, we might be coming out of the accumulation phase. But guess what it did? Now, price went from coming back down into this area to now it's hovering in between here. So now it's going to hover between, let me push this up a little bit. Okay. Now we're hovering between 25 and 30,000. Y'all see this? This is sideways movement. Chris, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome in, y'all. Harry, welcome in. So now we see prices moving sideways again. That means we have what? What's that phase called, y'all? When the market moves sideways. What's that phase called, y'all? It's not completely out. What's that phase called? Start with an A. Type it in the chat. You said choppy soup. What's that phase of the market? Because we're still in it. We haven't exited yet. What's that phase called? Accumulation. Accumulation. We still there. And then we stayed in accumulation for look at how long. This is March 2023 all the way to October 2023. God dang. That's a long time, huh? I see y'all, Tesla, Sham. Yep. That's a long time. But then the phase that comes after accumulation is called expansion. That means the buyers are in the building. They say, we out of here. This is when you're going to see consistent green candles. So you have bam, 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 bam. So you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So almost 2 months of straight buying. Got it? Okay. Then it slows down a little bit again. All right. So this is another reaccumulation, short-lived. And then it takes off again. Bam, we're still in expansion. That means we're still in a bull market. That means buyers are still technically in control, right? Because we see those higher highs and higher lows, right? Because now price came down, huh? But this low is higher than these lows, right? Okay. So y'all, when you understand at least the higher highs, the higher lows, the lower highs, the lower lows, that is part of market structure. So then we had another reaccumulation. Okay, it's moving sideways, it go a little lower, but guess what? It's still staying in areas. Okay, then it take off again. One more again. Where we at? Bam. We go up past 100K. This is when I ain't gonna lie. I thought this was it. Miss Kari, baby, thank you so very much for the follow. I thought this was it. I honestly thought this was it. I said, man, hey, Bitcoin don't hit this high. All right, y'all. Wait for the drop. You know, Patel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. But Bitcoin psyched me out because it dropped down to 74K and then it took off again. All right. So we continue with that expansion. We were still in a buying market. It was still a bull market until we saw what we know now as distribution. This is the distribution phase. So this follows an expansion phase. Okay? So just exited my short. All right. We enter the distribution phase. So first is accumulation. I need y'all to take note of this because you can apply this to any asset class that you're investing in that is tradable. You can look at a chart. If you can find it on TradingView, you can look for your accumulation phases. You can look for your expansion phases, and you can look for distribution. Okay, so this is the third phase of the market cycle. Now, what does that look like? That means we're at the top of the buying market. We're at the top of the bull market. Price is now going to start to slow down a little bit. You're going to say, pump your brakes. You're going to get psyched out too. I'm telling you that now. If you're not careful, you will get psyched out. What do you mean, Leona? I'm going to move this down for a second. Okay, I'll move this down for a second. Look at what happened here. Price came up. It touched. This is what we're going to get into support and resistance, but we'll get there in a minute. Okay. Sniper, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Friday. So price came up. This is at 119, right? 119. So let's run it. So price came up. Looked like it touched here. So this was the week of July 7th, right? Bruno, thank you so very much for the follow. So we had price come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row and could not close above 119K ish. It pierced through it, but it didn't close above. Everybody follow me so far? Okay. So then it pushes down. Then it comes back up. It broke above, closed above it. But that following week, it said, get out of here. Price drop. and made a new low. This is when we saw a bull trap. For those people who were moving based off of fear because they were like, oh, shoot, I wish I would have got in when it had dropped down to 74K. I didn't do it. Then it came back up to 109. I didn't do it. And it was at 119. I didn't do it. I guess it's about to keep going. So guess what? They bought when it hit or went past 119. The smart money folks, the ones that got in down here, y'all, the ones that got in down here, down in here, and down in here, right? The ones that got in down in here, guess what they started doing? What they started doing? This them. This them. This them. This them. This them. They like, hey, man, I got my bag. You hear me? I've been buying since it's 15, 16, 17K. Shoot, I'm about to collect. I'm collecting today. Meanwhile, that freed up some Bitcoin for the people who ain't know what they was doing. They don't understand market cycles. They don't understand the phases within the market cycle. They don't understand how investing works. So guess what? They butt up in here buying while the people with the big money that got in at the lower prices, they selling off. You say making the bag. That's right, Mr. Willie. Absolutely. They up in here making a big bag. Right? This is called distribution. How do we know it's distribution? You had your bull, your fake bull, or your bull trap, right? Right here. Because people thought that it was going to continue to buy. The following week, it sold off, right? Then what confirms that distribution phase, right, is when price breaks below and closes below what would be the support up here. So if you're like, well, what is support, Leona? I'm going to go through it in detail more, but I just want to show y'all this. Y'all notice how in this area, you have these wicks touching it, and then also price is closing above it. Okay? Mad Dog said it's really hard to time it perfectly. Best to get out when you see the signs. That's right. That's why I want y'all to see this. That's why y'all need to know market structure. That's why y'all need to know the phases within the market cycle. So it doesn't matter what you're investing in. You can actually look, okay? You can actually look at gold. You can look at these ETFs. You can look at these companies in the stock market. You can look at them and say, hey, we're in a correction phase. Okay, cool. So how far down am I comfortable with price going before I sell? How far down am I comfortable for price to go down before I take my profit? Okay, so here we go. So support. Price is going down, but it's not pushing and closing below. Until that happens, we're still in the distribution phase. So I'm going to show y'all. This is when price closes below. Look at this. We had one touch, it closed above. This is 107. Okay? Price came down, closed above. That's 1. Price came down, closed above. That's 2. Price came down, closed above. That's 3. This is October from the all-time high, right? Price came down, but it closed above. That's 4. That's 4 straight weeks, right? Nope, it ain't done yet, though. Look, prior to that, price came down, closed above. That's 5. Price came down, closed above. That's 6. Price came down, closed above. That's 7. So you're talking about 7 weeks, not consecutive, but 7 weeks, y'all. Price came down into this area and could not close below. It wasn't until this week here. Hold up, let me get it there. Bam. It wasn't until this week here, November 3rd, that week, that it finally closed below. what confirmed that the distribution phase was now over and we are about to begin our correction phase is this candle right here. Because this confirmed it did not come above here. It got close to it, but that thing sure enough dropped, huh? Did it drop or did it drop? Okay. So this told us, all right, this was the distribution phase. This is where the smart investors, the smart money, was selling off, and the people who didn't know no better, they bought. Okay? They were buying because they thought the Bitcoin was going to keep going up. We're using Bitcoin as an example, y'all, but you can use what I'm showing y'all on any asset class that you can view on TradingView. Okay? So that is the third phase, distribution phase. Does everyone have it so far? I've given y'all 3 phases within the market cycle. We went over accumulation, which is at the bottom of a bear market. Markets move sideways. We went over the expansion phase, which follows accumulation. That means that price breaks to the upside and it's consistent buying. Okay? It's breaking out of that accumulation, so it's breaking out of that resistance, and then boom, price is going to keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, right? That's expansion. That is our bull market, y'all. Distribution is at the top of our bull market. It's at the top. It's at the all-time high. All right. And then we should see the market start to move sideways a bit. It's going to have to break an area of support that's at the top before we say, all right, yep, distribution is now over and we're moving into correction. Johnny said, I did not see the bottom. Maybe because you just got on. I'm going to show y'all again in a second, okay? Do you do one-on-ones? I haven't seen anyone teach like this personally. Yeah, I used to do that for trading, but I don't do that right now for trading. However, y'all, listen, I do still help people with identifying, things that they are faced with in the market. I just can't tell you what to invest in. You come up with that on your own based off of what I share with you. Okay? Because I don't have a securities license at that time. So if y'all want, okay, to have assistance with that, by all means, you can definitely reach out. I have a financial health checklist. Everybody that considers themselves wanting to work with me in any capacity, you have to do that first. Okay? You have to. It's totally free. You can download it. It's a link in my bio. On TikTok, on YouTube, I will add it into the description box. You will have to do that first. Okay? I do not sit here. I'm not wasting my time with a person who doesn't even want to know how their finances are. I'm not about to waste my breath. All right. So you need to know if you're financially healthy or not before I even talk to you. Bear Market Bully, put it in there. I'm on Prosperity Calls on YouTube, so you can watch the replay. So if you cannot stay the whole time, y'all, you can go and watch the replay on YouTube. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So let's run it. Okay. So now we have our correction phase. Okay. Our correction phase follows distribution. This is the final phase in the market cycle. Okay. This is the final phase in the market cycle. I normally use the 50 EMA for crypto. Who was that ass? Dang it. Morianne. I hope I said your name right. 50 EMA for crypto. Okay. Yep. So Battelle said it. Now we at the correction phase. That is correct. Okay. So the correction phase is when we're going to see our lower highs and lower lows. We talked about that already, right? So question, can you all see lower highs and lower lows on this chart right now? Give me a yes in the chat if you can. Give me a no in the chat if you can't. Do you see lower highs and lower lows on this chart right now? Prior to this white line, do you see lower highs and lower lows on this chart? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Okay. Joe said no. I got you, Joe. All right. Because your name looks new. I ain't never seen you before, so I got you. All right. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so very much for continuing to like the live, share, all that good stuff. Johnny said no. Okay, I got you. All right. So lower highs and lower lows. This helps us to identify that we are in a correction phase. So would we all agree that this red candle right here is the last high for Bitcoin because we're on Bitcoin? Will we all agree? Let me move this back up now. Let me move this back up, and then I'm about to delete this because we went over distribution, so I don't need this one anymore. Get on there. Okay. So we all agree this is the all-time high here. Look, move it over there. 126. Okay. That is the highest that Bitcoin has went. This is just on crypto, so some of them, the line is thick, so, it could be higher than that, but yeah. Okay. So 126-ish. Okay, 126K-ish. Johnny, thank you so very much for the follow. So this is our starting point. Everybody got it. Tarsa, thank you so very much for the love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, this is our starting point to help us to gauge our lower highs. Okay, so if any of the highs go higher than this, then it is not a lower high. If our highs do not go higher than this, then that is called a lower high. You can type LH for short. Okay, so this is our high. Price pushed down, boom, right here, made a low. Okay, that low was 103-ish. Got it? Okay, price attempted to push back up, and then it stopped right here. Hold up, let me put the cursor there. And it came up to 116. Is 116 lower than 126? Give me a yes or no in the chat. Is 116 lower than 126? Give me a yes or no in the chat. Johnny said yes. I got you. I keep getting banned. Said yes. Okay. And yes. Correct. So that means this little high here is lower than that one. So we have a mini lower high here. Okay, cool. Let's keep running. So then we have more red candles, right? So that means price is going down, down, baby, down, down. Okay, bam. It hit 80K. See that? Okay, I ain't make it up. It's right here in your face, in my face. Huh? All right. 80K, that white box. So is 80K lower than where that? Bam. Hold up. Okay, it's 80K. God, no, stay there. Stay still. It's 80K lower than 103. That 103,000, 3K, huh? 80,000 is lower than that 103K, huh? All right, yes. So that means we have a what? Lower low. Everybody got it. That means we have a lower low. That 80K is lower than that 103K. So we now have a lower low. So this is our first lower low. Got it? So we have a lower high. It's mini, but still, it went up but couldn't keep going. Okay? And then it came down some more and it made a lower low. So we have one mini lower high and we have a lower low. Cool. Price pushed up again. It tried, but baby, it said, Crypto Angel, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay? It said, Huh? So now it stopped around 97K. Is this 97K lower than that 116K? Is 97K lower than 116K? Thank you so very much for the TikTok, Tarsa. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Welcome in. I see you. Yeah. Okay. So that means we now have a what? Lower high. So we have two of them, y'all. This is a little mini one, but we got a real good one right here, huh? So we now have lower highs and a lower low. Guess what? Price pushed down some more, dog. It ain't done. It ain't done. It went down to this 60K. This was just last month. February, right? So this is a previous 3-month low from January to March. So it's like my mood swings got it. Okay. I'm on the 1 week time frame, Morian. 1 week, because I'm an investor. We're talking about investing, not trading. Investing is long term, buy and hold. Trading is for my people short term. You're trying to get a bag short term within the next few minutes, hours, days, weeks. Okay, that's my traders out there. I'm not talking about trading. Cool. All right. So we have a new lower low. That's 60K. 60K. Netflix tricked you. I'm sorry. Okay, 60K. So this is now our new lower low, right? So what would need to happen, y'all, if we are still in a correction phase? Bitcoin cannot go higher than what? Bitcoin cannot go higher than what? This 90, oh, my bad. That's a little too high. There we go. Bitcoin cannot go higher than here, right? Because that means, yeah, that 97, 98K area. That means that we are done with the correction phase, y'all. Okay? Now, this is our area that we're going to pay attention to right now, because I'm about to get into support and resistance in a second. But this is our next area to pay attention to, because this is our fourth quarter from 2025 low. Yes, I'm using TradingView, Tarsa. That is correct. And for my people who don't know, it's totally free, y'all. You don't have to pay for it unless you want to. Okay? So this is our next area. So let me turn this around for a second so y'all can see my face, okay? So y'all can see my face. And plus, I need to get my music back on. All right? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got it. I love to talk to y'all, but I be needing my music, okay? You know, I need to be able to hear a little something because I feel good. All right? So I got you. I got you. Yeah, see? Good thing somebody asked. That's what's up. All right, so let's run it. So what I want to talk about next is support and resistance. So we talked about our higher highs, our higher lows. We talked about our lower lows and our lower highs. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about support and resistance. Tarsa said, I just started looking into Forex. I just got all the apps yesterday. Kudos to you. That's how I started trading. Like for real, for real. Like I was introduced to crypto first in 2017, but child, I sucked because I didn't get taught. I just say that. It was just you should be trading crypto. When I made X amount of dollars and then sat here and said, oh yeah, and you know, you just need to open up. This is what I was told, y'all. Open up a Coinbase account, open up a Binance account, right? This is how I was introduced to trading crypto in 2017. Open up a Coinbase account, open up a Binance account, buy your Bitcoin on Coinbase, and then send it to Binance and start trading on Binance. But what am I trading? And me being me, I was like, I'll figure it out. So I'm Googling stuff or whatever. But that's it. Like there was no, this is what you look for. See how I'm showing y'all market structure and not charging you? You know what I'm saying? I had to pay because I didn't understand. I don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told. Welcome in, Sean. I see you. What's going on? Thank you so very much for the roses. I appreciate you. Yes, it is, Sean. That is. Okay. But yeah, so I sat here and I started Googling stuff because I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. So I didn't understand market structure. I didn't even know what to look for. So I started paying to learn how to trade. That was in 2020, right? Like when I was serious about trading. I paid a little bit before, but my schedule, y'all, I was in the Army at the time and I was a first sergeant child. I was like, I ain't got time for this. Thank you for the follow, Deaf Dude Scroll. I was like, I ain't got time for this. These soldiers drive me crazy. They is working my nerves. They got me up at 4:00 in the morning. My weekends is gone. And I was like, I ain't got time. So I stopped trading, to be honest. Right. And then I picked it back up in 2020. But at this point, I was paying every single month to learn stuff that I'm sharing with y'all today for free. Thank you so very much. right? So fast forward to 2020, when I started learning, I started back with Forex, foreign exchange. So that's your currency pairs. I was able to trade gold again, which I love gold. So I trade gold and I invest in gold as well. And then I learned about investing in crypto. And because I was learning how to trade, I started trading Bitcoin and Ethereum at that time as well. So I actually was attempting to trade Ethereum and XRP on top of Bitcoin, but then I found I like trading Bitcoin better. Okay. So yeah, so that's what I pretty much started doing. So for a person that says like you can't, trade this stuff, what you can trade whatever you want to trade. But I would say this, and I said it before, y'all. I personally, if I could do it all over again, I personally, forget my nails, my daughter painted my stuff, but I personally would not have started out trading first. That's just me. Okay. For purpose, thank you so very much for the follow. I personally wouldn't do that. All right. And now I'm learning how to switch from the Forex market trading to futures. Okay. Because I've been having an issue with finding Forex brokers that are not shady. You know what I'm saying? Like I have had the hardest problem not finding a Forex broker that was not on some BS. So that's a one for, I forgot the name that came up, but be very careful because a lot of them are out here, they holding on for dear life themselves. So they were entering me into trades to take my money because I'm in profit. So they were entering me into opposite trades, and I had 2 or 3 brokers do that to me back to back. And I was like, "Yo, I got to do something else because this ain't it. This pissed me off." I ain't gonna lie, I was getting mad. Like I can't do this no more. Like I was actually at the point where I was like, maybe I should just stop trading altogether and just focus on investing. Kid you not, my best friend to tell you, Charity on here, she'll tell you. I was this close to just saying, man, trading all together. And I just focus on investing because that's how mad I was with these different brokers. Said, what should you suggest for beginners? Then I suggest, because I cannot tell you what to do, but I would suggest if I did it all over again, I would have wanted to learn how to invest first. Get good with investing, being able to identify areas when you should buy, when you should sell, get comfortable with market structure, get comfortable with market movement, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Market cycles and stuff, get comfortable with that stuff first. Then, then once you are comfortable with that and you're consistently making money, like your investments are multiplying, okay, that's when you can look at, okay, now I can start trading. Yeah, because I'm telling you now, I've been there and I say this all the time, but folks don't hear me, I guess. But trading is going to expose who you really are. If you lack patience, trading is going to show you lack patience. If you have a gambler's mentality, trading is, and you try to lie to yourself about, I ain't no gambler, trading is going to show you that, yes, you are. Yes, you are, boo boo. You can sit here and lie all day, but I'm showing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you, right? So I would strongly suggest that you invest first, okay? Learn the basic stuff, and then as you become more profitable and confident as an investor, then I would say, okay, now you can look at, you can probably look at trading. All right, but don't think of trading as your savior. It's going to save you from financial distress. No, baby, it's gonna put you in more financial distress if you coming over here and your money is funny. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? I know some people don't want to tell you that because they want you to buy their courses and all of that stuff, but no, I gotta tell because I've been there. That's why I'm saying it. You're gonna come over here, you're gonna blow your account. Multiple times, I lost count of how many times I blew an account. I told y'all it took me 4 years to get my sugar honey iced tea together because my emotions was running me. I thought I was disciplined because I was in the army, right? I'm disciplined. I'm patient. You know what I'm saying? I got to deal with everybody else's kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching kids how to sweep and mop, and they grown. Of course I'm patient. Baby, no, you're not. Mm-mm. I was greedy. I was revenge trading, meaning I would lose a trade and I'd get back in and be like, I'm about to get my money back from the market. Bad decision. Bad decision. Bad freaking decision. You said I started a week ago and already got slapped. I'm telling y'all, trading is not for the weak. If you're already, if your money is not straight, if you are not able to manage your emotions as an investor, trading is going to magnify all of that. It is. If you have a habit and tendency to panic sell as an investor, what you think you're going to do as a trader? What you think you're going to do as a trader? If you experience FOMO as an investor, what do you think you're going to do as a trader? And guess what? The losses are going to be quicker than they are as an investor. Would y'all agree or disagree? For my people who have traded before, would you agree or disagree? The losses are going to come much faster than you as an investor because guess what? You in it for the short-term bag, right? So if you're a day trader like myself, thank you so very much for the finger hearts. I appreciate the tosser. Like if you're a day trader like myself, right? It's going to happen that day, dog. It's not going to wait until next week. It's not going to wait until next month. No, it's happening today. Do you hear me? If you call yourself a scalper, it's going to happen today. So you have to make sure that you have your emotions in check. Your money ain't funny before you start. Okay? You are disciplined and you are not a gambler. Now, I'm talking about the serial gamblers. That's what I'm talking about. Everything is a gamble in life, but I'm talking about like the people who, thank you so very much for the Harmony V babies. I appreciate you. But I'm talking about the people who, hey, I'm going to the casino. I'm playing the lottery. Like you are consistent. I'm going to bingo. If you're consistent with those things, right? Trading is not for you at this time. I know that ain't what you want to hear. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you so very much for the hand hearts. I appreciate you. Right? Sean, meme buyers. Now here, listen. I'm not here to tell y'all not to buy meme coins. What I'm going to tell you is Leona don't do that because for me, there are certain criteria that a cryptocurrency should meet in order for me to even pay attention to it. So when people come on here and ask me like, what do you think about TAO? What do you think about this? What do you think about Dogecoin? What do you think about SHEEP? Like, listen, I'm a large cap person. If it's not bringing in, if it doesn't have a market cap, meaning there's 10 billion plus in that cryptocurrency, I'm not paying attention to it. I'm not your person. And I'm fine with not being your person. Go to the people who do that. Leona don't do that. I'm big three all day, every day. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. And I know somebody's going to say, that's not the big three. It is to me. What about BNB? What about Solana? Screw Solana. Screw Solana. I was in it in 2021 when they kept having all them outages. They done burned me too many times. The trust is gone. They got to go some years before I even think about coming back to Solana. They got to go some years without having an outage before I come back to Solana. And if a person say, oh, but you know you're missing out. No, I'm not. I'm not missing out on money. I invest in cryptocurrency, crypto ETFs. I invest in regular ETFs. I invest in companies in the stock market. I buy gold and silver. I'm not missing out. I invest in real estate. I'm not missing out. I'm not. You know, the bear market put that because you know I'm telling the truth. You know, trade the other awesome memes, make that money. Listen, y'all can do what y'all want to do. I'm just telling Leona, that's not for me. You know, thank you so very much for the Harmony Cat. I appreciate you. Right? It's not for me. Do what you want to do, but it's not for me. Go follow the people who are into meme coins and all that stuff and small cap coins and mid cap coins. Go follow them people. That is fine. I encourage you to, because I'm not going to talk about that stuff. Leon, what you think about CBN? It ain't for me. So I don't think about it. I looked into it. It ain't for me, so I don't think about it. I told y'all, large cap for me, 10 billion or better. If it don't have 10 billion market cap or better, I'm not paying attention to it. Cool? Okay. So, can we get back to support and resistance now? Because I sure enough got all the way out time. Thank you so very much for the roses. I appreciate you. Okay. B-Bays, that's what, listen, this is what we going over. So you can identify if we're at the bottom of the market, because if Leona and all the other people that invest in the cryptocurrency market that teach cryptocurrency, if all of us stop teaching tomorrow, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You just going to sit there and be like, well, I don't know. No, get on here, learn, do it for yourself, practice. So if you missed any part of it, V-Babe, I would suggest that you get onto my YouTube channel, because I am recording it right now. You'll be able to definitely look at it. Okay. And I'm showing higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. That's part of market structure. I'm about to go over support and resistance. That's part of market structure. I showed y'all the 4 different phases of the market cycle: accumulation, expansion, distribution, correction. I showed y'all that, so that way you now can apply that to anything you want to invest in, anything you want to trade for the short-term bag. You can apply this to anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to just be cryptocurrency. Okay? So let's get into support and resistance, and then I'm going to show y'all the chart. Okay? So let me talk about this. All right? So when it comes to market structure, Sean Britt said it on here. Hold on. He said, let me pin it so I can read it for y'all on YouTube. He said, if you can't do support and resistance, just buy spot. So, and this, what I would say to that, okay, if you can't spot support and resistance, you should be just dollar cost averaging. If you know for a fact, and I'm going to use Bitcoin as an example, okay, but this applies to anything you're investing in. If you don't understand market structure in general, dollar cost average, you're going to hear this a lot as an investor. That means that you're saying, hey, look, I know for a fact, as an example, I know for a fact every single month I want to buy Bitcoin because I know that there's a limited supply of Bitcoin. So every single month I want to buy $500 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Somebody may say, look, $500, I don't have, okay, whatever your number is, $25, dog. Cool, that's better for you? $25. So every single month I want to buy $25 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, cool. So that means you need to set a day of the month that you know you're getting paid, and before you pay any bills, okay, before you pay any bills, that $25 automatically goes to buy Bitcoin first. Got it? Because you should be paying yourself first. You pay yourself through investments and savings. Got it? So that means when you get paid, whatever day or however many, if it's every 2 weeks, every week, whatever it is, okay, you say I want to put $25, I want to put 50, 100, whatever it is, you need to make sure that you do that first. So if you don't want to learn about market structure at all, which I don't know why you would not want to learn something that's going to help you to buy at better prices of any investment that you can look at a chart on for free, you don't have to buy it. And I'm showing you this for free. I don't know why you wouldn't want to learn it. But anyway, if you say, hey, I don't want to, just dollar cost average, dog. Once a month, twice a month, 4 times a month, whatever your budget is, do that every single time consistently, and let the compound effect do the work for you. Okay? Let it work for you, not against you. Say it's like a 401k, but you're doing the buying and investing yourself. Absolutely, Sean. Love it. There it is. Sean said it's like a 401k, but you're doing the buying and investing for yourself. Yes, indeed. For purpose, it is Prosperity Calls on YouTube. That's where this video is being recorded. So if you cannot stay the entire time, you can go over there and watch the replay, okay? But I'm recording it right now. I'm live right now on YouTube, okay? So let's go. support and resistance, okay? And then I'm going to show y'all on the chart so that way y'all got it. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I've been talking to YouTube. So it said, does it matter on TradingView which what exchange you use to mark up your Bitcoin chart? It does not matter, but just know that, and this is with any cryptocurrency, just know that the numbers may not be the same. So, like if I'm on Kraken on TradingView, but then I go to Coinbase on TradingView, the prices may be a little bit different. Not a huge difference, but it may be just a little bit different. Okay, that's the only thing. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same. Okay. All right. So let's talk support and resistance, support and resistance, support and resistance. This is the third key thing that I want you guys to practice doing. Okay, to help you to be better at understanding market structure. Okay, market structure. So support is pretty much where price tends to stop falling. So like it'll go down and it'll bounce back up. What I was taught and what made sense to me is like a basketball. You bounce a basketball, right? When you hit it, when it hits the floor, it does what? It bounces back up to your hand. Cool. That's support. Got it? I'm not teaching anything about anything else but market structure tonight, the majestic pineapple. That is my focus tonight because people need to know market structure so that way they can know if they should buy, if they should sell, if they should hold. Okay, that is the focus for tonight. But thank you. Sean said if you're doing trading with leverage, stay on the exchange in TradingView. Absolutely. Okay. But yeah. All right. Thank you, Bear Market Bully. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So support is like bouncing a basketball. Okay. The ball goes down, hit the floor, bounce back up. So you can say support equals floor. Got it? Support equals floor. If everybody got it, give me the thumbs up. Price bounce down or goes down, bounce back up. Support equals floor. It hits the floor, comes back up. Support equals floor. Okay, cool. I see y'all. All right. Resistance is where price tends to stop rising, meaning price goes up, hits the ceiling, goes down. Resistance equals ceiling. I almost said floor. Resistance equals ceiling. Support equals floor. Resistance equals ceiling. So you throw something up, a tennis ball. Okay? You throw a tennis ball up, it hits the ceiling, it does what? Come back down. Got it? You throw the tennis ball up, it hits the ceiling, comes back down. That's resistance. Fatima, thank you so very much for the repost. I appreciate you. Patel said, and when they go under the floor, they hit the back rooms and got to get out. Hey, listen, and I'm gonna show y'all something, okay? But I want you to just keep in mind, all right? When support breaks, okay? When support breaks, it now typically will turn into that resistance. I'm gonna show y'all on the chart in a second. When price breaks resistance, it will typically become what? Support. Okay? So remember, resistance equals ceiling, support equals floor. Child support equals resistance for some. Got it. Maybe so. All right. So pretty much, and you got them, Charity. So pretty much, listen, if price breaks, if price breaks below support, right, it could turn into resistance coming back up. If price breaks above resistance, it could become support coming back down. Okay? The levels don't disappear, y'all. All they do is just flip rows. And I'm about to show y'all that. All right? So I'm already sharing on YouTube. Now let me turn this around. Yep. Sean said it. The new floor. That's right. So let me, hold on. Bam. All right. So let's do this. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't want nobody sitting here saying, "Oh, she thinks she know everything." I don't know everything. Okay. I don't know everything. I don't know. But what I do know, okay, what I do know is what I see, It makes sense to me. And I may not be the best teacher in the world, but I do my best. So if it's making sense to y'all, I need y'all to let me know it's making sense. If it don't make sense, I need y'all to let me know it don't make sense. Okay. All right. So we're going to use, hold on. Before I do this, hold on. Down here. So that way y'all can see. Okay. So we established this was support, right? Sean said, but you're true. Yeah. Thank you. So we established this is support, right? Because it did what? It hit the flow. Hit the flow. You better hit the flow, right? You hit the flow, bounce back up. Hit the flow, bounce back up. This one here, hit the flow, bounce back up, right? Cool. It ain't keep going down. It found an area, price point, around 15K-ish. I'm up too high. Well, yeah, that's it. Yeah. It came down. Okay, cool. So yeah. So in here, it came down, push up. It did not close below here. Okay. So then look, we have resistance that comes. So let's go here. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit so I can see it. So we're gonna look back a little bit. This was our main accumulation, right? We're gonna look back a little bit. See how price came here? It pivoted and pushed down, right? So that's our ceiling. The ball bounced up, but then it said, bam, let's come on back down. Cool. Ball bounced up, came down. Ball bounced up, came down. Finally broke through. What did it do though? Uh-oh. Come on, we're gonna play around in this area. It became what? It was resistance back here, huh? It was resistance back here, huh? Am I right or wrong? Yeah. See, better, you getting it. You getting it. See, you're gonna be able to trade. You just gotta be patient with yourself. Okay. So it turned into support. It came down here, it couldn't keep going, bounce back up, came down one more again, bounce back up. Cool. Then let me move this on up here. Then we left out of accumulation, huh? We finally got out of accumulation and we went into expansion and it just took off. That boy, look, that thing did not come back down at all. Boy, look at here. It ain't come back down 30K. Nope. We ain't see 30K again. We haven't seen 30K since 2023. Okay. So now let's look up here. If this is helping somebody, let me know what's helping you. If support and resistance is starting to make a little bit more sense, let me know in the chat. Nakia, thank you so very much for liking the live and sharing. I appreciate you. Better say this happened. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to look again. All right, let me move this out the way. We're going to do this here. This isn't really good. Nope. See, that one broke all the way through. Nope. Yeah, we had a couple touches here. So we had a couple touches. Okay, so price came up, pushed down, broke above it. So this is that bull that fake out, right? You think it's about to just take off, and then guess what? It said, nope, get back in there. It said, nope, get back in there. Then you think, okay, it's about to take off now. Nope, get back in there. Okay? So we playing around in this area. I could do a whole little, what's the little rectangle, right? Look, I could do this to help you out a little bit. Okay? It's staying in this area here. Let's do that. Okay? Bam. Okay? Red means resistance. Price is potentially going to go back down. Okay? So it comes up in here, get back down. Come up in here, get back down. Come up in here, get back down. I'm going to touch it. Hey, you think I'm going to go up? Nope, I'm out. Okay? Yes, all you're doing, we're just testing the water. So this right here would have been a really good fake out for somebody because price closed above this area. Okay? It didn't just pierce it and close below. No, it closed above it. So you thinking you about to be in there, and then it said, nah, get out of here. Okay? This one, it also closed above a bit. You think you in there, get out of here. Okay? So that's it. So we had price touch this area, stay in this area all these weeks. Remember, these are about weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 weeks in a row right there. 1, 2, 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3 in a row. Then it said gone. Got it? Crypto Angel asks, how can you see the fake outs in advance? You can't see them in advance. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Okay, now if you're on, listen, if you're on smaller time frames, that's for people that's trading. But right now, I'm talking about investors. As an investor, listen, you gotta look at market structure. Okay, so if we've had the constant buying, and then look at this. This is what I want y'all to see. These are called these skinny lines above and below the body of these candles. They're called wicks, or you can call them shadows. I've heard people say that before too. Okay, see these are skinny lines. This is telling us how high price went, but also how low price went. So if you're seeing long upper wicks, that means buying pressure is slowing down. Buyers couldn't stay in control. Okay, especially if it turns red. So for you, Crypto Angel, what I would say is this is one of those keys. It's like your antenna should go up. Hold up. Yeah, it went up, but it didn't close in a buy. It turned red. Price went down, but it didn't stay down there. So this little bitty body is telling me there's a battle between buyers and sellers. I should not be considering entering right now. That's Leona, right? I don't want to get psyched out. So I'm gonna just hold my position. Okay. Then guess what? Price pushed down. It got a long lower shadow. What does that tell you? That long lower wick. What does that tell y'all? If I just said the long upper and lower wicks tell us that price went up and then went down, but it couldn't stay there, right? So that means if this long lower wick here and it has this little bitty body here, that tell us the sellers couldn't keep price pushing down. There's still a battle between the buyers and sellers. Sellers ultimately ended up winning, but they couldn't keep price down. So we had 2 weeks of the battle between buyers and sellers. 2 buyers finally came in and won. So now, especially since it closed above this area, that what was that? I said 30, 69K, right? So since it closed above that 69K, for a person who don't know any better, they're probably like, oh yeah, price about to shoot up now. Get out of here. So what Leona looks for is a confirmation. Confirmation meaning I need to see another buy. Okay. I see one. Okay, cool. But do I see another one? If I see another one, now I'm in there. If I don't see another one that follows it, that's not confirmation, baby. It's just about to take your money. And y'all, that's how I trade too. Okay. Hey, Bear Market Bully, there's a guy I watch on YouTube. His name Jesprit, the minority mindset. I thought about him early because I was watching one of his videos. And you know, I don't know if anybody knows, but he'll say something like down below or whatever, but he say below. And I was thinking about that. But anyway, so yeah, you see, I told y'all that's how my brain be going. Anyway, so yeah, so you can see price stays in this area, right? Let's see. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna just drag this over some because we want to see if this becomes support. Okay, we want to see if this becomes support. So let's see. I'm dragging it. I'm dragging it. Jesus. Well, would you look at that? It came in here. But it closed above that line, y'all. It closed above that 69K. Okay. But then eventually it said, okay, we gone. Okay. So now let me remove this. All right. So now that 69K became a slight resistance because price came down here to this 65. It closed below. It touched it again, that 69, closed below. Pierced through it here, closed below. Finally broke above, and then it said, get out of here. And closed below. Pierced it one more time, closed below. And this is where we are today. It touched it, y'all. It touched it. You see that? It touched it. And right now, the week that we're in is still below it. Okay? So it was a slight support, slight. Then it turned back into resistance. So they just flip-flop, y'all. Flip-flopping this stuff. That's it. That's all. We flip-flopping this stuff. This is the 1 week time frame, Miel. 1 week. For my people who are new here and have never ever seen a chart, and you're like, I don't know what this is, Deanna. Green counters mean prices going up. They are buyers. People are buying in Bitcoin. We're talking about Bitcoin right now, using it as an example to help us understand market structure. Red candles mean people are selling. Okay. Red candles mean prices going down. People are selling. And this is 1 week of price movement. So each candle represents 1 week of price either going up or down. If the candle is green, then that means people were buying for that week. If the candle is red, that means people were selling for that week. Okay? So far, where we are for this week is people have been buying. Okay? That's where we are for this week. Just make it a little bigger so y'all can see. That's where we are. Okay? So everybody understands support and resistance. Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if you now understand support and resistance. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. V-Base asks a good question. What is the difference in the long candle and a short candle? So that's pretty much volume. More people are buying or more people are selling. So the bigger the candles, the more people are buying, the more or the more people are selling. All right. The smaller the candles, that means that more than likely there is a battle. So these little tiny ones like this, hold on. Let me turn it around again. So when you have candles like, please, I don't know if you can see it, but like this, see how tiny that body is? See how tiny that is? That's called indecision. So there are different names for the candlesticks, okay? So that means that is a doji candle. So that means indecision in the market. They can't make up their mind, child, if they want to buy or sell. That's it. That's all. What purpose as do you think we're at the bottom of the market? I'm not going to attempt to predict anything. I am letting the market tell me what we're doing. So until I see higher lows, I say we're still in the correction phase, meaning we have the potential for price to go down lower. Okay. Until it shows me otherwise, meaning those higher lows that I showed y'all, okay? Until it does that, like it has to break that 80K. I showed y'all that. Support becomes what? Resistance. Bitcoin has not gotten to 80K yet. The highest it has gotten since we've hit this 60K, between 60K and 65. The highest it has gotten is 75K. So until it shows me otherwise, I'm sticking with correction. Now, if it gets to that point where it hits 80K, okay, cool. Now my antennas are going to go up because we should now see a higher low. That would signal to me, okay, we are officially in accumulation. right? Thank you so very much for the roses, Crypto Angel. I appreciate you. That's for Leona. Okay. So I'm gonna see. I want to see we're staying in that price area. Okay, we're staying above 65K, right? We are seeing higher lows. Okay. We are seeing selling pressure slowing down. Cool. We see that stuff. To Leona, that's gonna say, okay, cool. We are in accumulation officially. Until we have all of those things happen, I'm sticking with correction. I don't need to be first to call a phase. I don't. I don't need to be first because guess what? I do something called dollar cost average. So I don't have to be first. I don't. I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out on anything because guess what? I have been building a stable stash, meaning I put money into USDC, my stable coin. I don't feel like I need to be first. Yeah, I told y'all I started buying back after I initially got into buying Bitcoin in 2020 as an investor, not doing it. I want to trade crypto, right? But buying and holding Bitcoin, I started buying in 2020. The second time around of me buying in bulk, right, was in 2023 when Bitcoin finally started moving back up to $18,000 per Bitcoin. So why do I feel like I need to be first? I don't need to be first. My cost basis is low. So it doesn't matter to me. The only people that feel like they need to be first are the ones that feel like they got something to prove. I don't need to prove nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I do what I do. All by myself. That's it. That's all. And I hope S&W Farms, thank you so very much for the heart meet. I hope that y'all have been taking notes. And if you miss any part of this live stream, go back to YouTube, Prosperity Calls, and then watch the whole thing. Learning market structure for yourself. Thank you so very much for the rose, Angel. Learning market structure for yourself is going to show you on your own when you should buy, when you should sell, when you should hold. You will not have to wait for Leona to say it's the bottom. You will not have to wait for Leona to say we're in expansion. You will not have to wait for Leona to say it's distribution. That means it's time to sell, y'all. I got to use my battle buddy now, but at the end of the day, the reason why I'm showing you is so that way you don't get left behind. We in it together. We running right next to each other. You know what I'm saying? So if we on the battlefield, I ain't got to be like, yo, come on. I ain't got to keep yelling and running back to get you. No, we running together. We dodging these RPGs and landmines. So we dodging it together. Cool? Y'all my battle buddies? Huh? If y'all my battle buddies, that means we doing this same. Okay? You're not waiting on Leona to tell you what to do. Okay? You learning this so that way you can go get it no matter who is talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, HBAR, Solana, what? It ain't gonna matter who talking about what because the market is telling you when you look at it, those candlesticks tell you everything you need to know. If the bodies of the candles are super small, what does that mean, y'all? I just said it and it showed you. What does it mean when the bodies of the candles are super small? What does it mean? What does it mean? Indecision, absolutely. So if there's indecision in the market, what do you do? If there's indecision in the market, what do you do? Do you buy? Do you sell? Do you hold fast? Come on, Crypto Angel. That's right. Come on, Bella. Y'all got it. You don't need when you can exactly push pause. Okay? Hold what you got. When you understand market structure, y'all, you won't need someone to tell you what to do. You're gonna be able to go and do it yourself. You're gonna make it happen. True? If we good, let me know we good. If we good, let me know we good. Okay? Because listen, y'all, what I really want is for everybody to be able to look at these charts and say, yep, this is what I see. I can make the money myself. Thank you so very much, Bear Market Bully. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Right? I can make this happen myself. Okay? So at this point, I'm gonna talk about trend shifting. Okay? I'm gonna talk about trend shifting. This is the last thing, and then I'm a wrap. Okay? So trend shifts is pretty much when a beginner is gonna be able to level up. Okay? You're gonna be in this thing. All right. So a trend doesn't change just because price bounced. What we've shown you. Come down, come back up, or come up, go back down. Okay. It changes when structure changes. When it shifts from bearish to bullish. So when it shifts from bearish to bullish, pretty much during that expansion phase, this is when the trend shifts, right? Because accumulation is when the market does what? It's going sideways at the bottom of a downtrend. So your antenna go up when the market now starts to form those higher lows. Okay? It breaks that support or that resistance in that accumulation phase, right? And then it starts to make higher lows. That is your cue. That is a trend shift. Okay. So now you know we are no longer in expansion. We are officially, we're no longer in accumulation. We are now in expansion because we have a break of that resistance in that area where it's moving sideways, that accumulation phase, right? We have that break of resistance, and on top of it is forming higher lows. We have consecutive green candles. Okay. So we have higher highs, we have higher lows. It broke the previous resistance in that accumulation phase. Boom, we are in there. The trend has now shifted. It is no longer a bear market. We are full on in a bull market. Everybody got it. If you got it, let me know you got it. Thank y'all so very much for continuing to like. Hey, y'all almost got to 75K. Come on. Can we hit the 75K before I get off? That would be so dope. Can y'all help everybody out? Everybody just tap, tap, tap. Share live, repost. I think we could. This will be the first time in a minute that we don't hit 75K in likes. I would love to see that. Okay? I would love to see that. Thank you. Thank you. So the candles will be longer after accumulation. Absolutely. Okay? And remember, y'all, you're going to see, remember, we're on the 1 week time frame. So you're going to see week after week of green candles, especially at the beginning of that expansion phase. They're going to be big body candles. Come on, big body. Javier, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. So right now, what's happening with Bitcoin is attempting to like stabilize. Joe, thank you so very much for the follow. It's attempting to stabilize. It hasn't done it yet because we haven't gone to, that 80K or, yet, right? So it's staying in between that 60K that it went to in February. Okay. And I just showed y'all. I'm gonna show you again. One more again, right? One more time. So it's staying right now. Okay? Let's see. So this is a high. Then it went to, let me move this out the way. So it's staying in between 65K, 75K. We're talking about a 10K difference. Okay? It has not gone to 75K since the week of 16 March. Cool. Joe, thank you for the follow. Okay. So when it hit 75K, what did it do? It pushed down. It kind of went below the 65K, but it closed up. What that tell us, y'all? This is strong support here, right? This is a key level because Bitcoin does not want to close below. Hey, look at that. Good job, y'all. Thank you so very much. I appreciate y'all. 75K in the building. That's what's up. Thank y'all so very much for tapping it up. I know y'all thumbs and fingers hurt, so I appreciate y'all. Oh, I appreciate y'all. Everybody that's been tapping it up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So yeah. So we see price came through the 65K, but it closed above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row. Okay. And then it's doing it again. Last week and this week. Bitcoin does not close below 65K. Guess what? This is strong. This is a strong area, y'all. So if Bitcoin does not close below 65K and it stays above 65K and eventually hits 80K, then yeah, we're no longer in a correction phase. Okay? Because that's going to tell us we're in accumulation because we're going to end up seeing higher lows, correct? Okay? Selling pressure is going to slow down because it did what? It's going to be consecutively moving up higher and hitting its 80K, right? So that means we'll have selling pressure slow down, Bitcoin stays above 65K, and we'll have our higher lows. So we are more likely would be in accumulation. Until those things happen, I'm still sticking with correction. Cool? So when a person keeps asking me, are we at the bottom? I can't tell you we're at the bottom yet because the market has not completely played out. It like this area though. Y'all looking at what I'm looking at, right? It keeps touching it, but it's not closing below 65K. So until it shows me otherwise, if it goes up to this 80K and we have our higher lows, it stays above this, selling pressure slow down, yeah, we're in accumulation. This is officially the bottom. This 65K to 80K, that's it. Okay? And it's going to be your accumulation time, which you should be doing anyway. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I ain't here to tell you what to do. All right? If it breaks below this, 65K and close, meaning this body has to close below here. Y'all, we going down. Do you hear me? If the body of the candle, this is the body. This is a body. This is a body. This is a body. This is a body. These are wicks or shadows. These don't count. If the body of the candle close below here, and I'm talking about a nice size body, close below here, y'all, we're going down. We're going down. I've been trading for far too long to not know what the signs look like. Okay? But if we stay above here and price is not closed below here at any point, and then we also go, get close to the 80K, we have our high lows, selling gets a little bit lower and lower, you know what I'm saying? We won't see too much selling. We see a bit more buying. Yeah, accumulation. Cool. And now we know what higher highs, higher lows look like. Now we know what lower highs and lower lows look like. Now we know what support and resistance look like. We know how to identify that. If you miss any part of that, y'all, you can always go to my YouTube channel, Prosperity Calls, okay? And you can watch the replay because I'm live right now on YouTube. You can watch it, okay? And it will be time stamped on there so you can just fast forward. All right? So right now, Bitcoin is attempting to stabilize in those areas that I showed you. It has not broken that key lower high yet. Okay? So what we cannot do, we cannot confirm that it's bullish right now. We can't. Everything is still pointing to bearish, but at the moment, because it has not closed below that 65K that I showed y'all, this is when we're in that decision mode. We're in a decision zone. Okay? It's got to make a decision. And only time is going to have make that happen. We cannot rush it. This is where patience is really going to come in. And back to my people who want to trade. Yo, if you lack patience, I'm telling you now, you're going to get punched in the face. You're not going to like it. The market is going to knock you out. You're going to be really mad. But you can't blame anybody but yourself, because I'm telling you now, patience is going to be necessary as an investor as well as a trader. You lack patience, you lack discipline, you don't follow your own rules that you have to say, this is when I enter a trade, this is when I exit, this is when I buy more of that crypto, this is when I buy more of that ETF, this is when I sell. If you don't follow your own rules, you don't listen to yourself, I'm telling you, you're going to get punched in the face. And you're not going to like it. Better said I was told trading is 90% weight and 10% actually executing the trade. Listen, that whatever statement, people want you, I'm just telling you from personal experience. You got to be patient. You're not patient, you're going to be mad at yourself. And that's how you're going to lose a whole lot of money, whether you invest or trade. Okay? You got to be disciplined. Whatever rules, I just told y'all, I'm not going to say it's accumulation phase until certain things happen. Certain things have to happen because guess what? I have historical data to tell me that. I'm not just making it up. I'm not just, pulling out of thin air. No, I use the past to help me make the decision. Right? If somebody does really great work, they have a tendency to do really great work. Would you be more likely to go to them to get that work done, whatever the work is? Yes or no? If somebody does really great work, like they have a track record of doing really great work, would you say, you know what, I'm going to go to them? Now, if a person doesn't have that track record, right? If they don't have that track record, would you go to them? If they get a whole bunch of complaints from their customers, they don't deliver on time, right? Would you go to them? Charity nopers. Okay? Like, come on. Let's use the data that we have to help us make a decision. All right? Cool? So, right now, for anybody else that asks me, are we at the bottom? We are in a decision zone. That's it. That's all. You take that for what you want to take it. Learn how to read the market. Learn market structure like I showed y'all tonight. Practice that with everything that you invest in. Practice that with everything you invest in. The more you practice it, the better you get. And then you'll be able to answer those questions for yourself. Okay? So instead of asking, is Bitcoin going up or down, y'all moving forward, what I want you to do is ask yourself, what is the market structure showing me? What is the structure right now? What am I looking at right now? What is that showing me? Do I have big body candles? Do I have little body candles? Do they have really long wicks? Up top, down below? Is price in bouncing off of support? Is price bouncing off of resistance? What is it showing me? Are we in an uptrend? Are we in a downtrend? What phase are we in? What is the market showing me? Answer that question. Are we making higher highs, higher lows? Where's the support? Where's the resistance? Has the trend actually shifted? Yes or no? Sean say Bitcoin going to 5K. Boy, I wish. But it will have to bounce back though. Okay. I don't want Bitcoin to go down to 5K and then it's worth nothing now. Go down to 5K and then bounce back up, baby. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this because my baby is ready for me to come home. I just got a message, so I gotta go. Okay. Before you start applying any of this, y'all, Sean said don't listen to anybody that's saying that. Oh shoot, that's funny. So yeah. Before y'all apply any of this stuff, yo, if you are a beginner, if you're curious about crypto, if you're new to cryptocurrency, I want you to pause, okay? And I want you to just pay attention to this. All right. Understanding these charts is definitely powerful. Understanding market structure, got it. Okay. But without that strong foundation, you're still gonna make emotional decisions that's gonna cost you a lot of money. I hope you hear me. Okay. So that's why I created that crypto starter kit. Okay. So for my people who are solely focused on cryptocurrency, it's going to help walk you through your financial health, which is a requirement for everybody. He said that's a wish you would trade. I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you so very much, Bear Market Bully. I appreciate you. Okay. That crypto starter kit is actually going to walk you through your financial health. Part of this is making sure that you are ready to invest financially. Okay. It's going to walk you through risk management, y'all, security, because that is key to keeping your digital assets when you buying. Okay. So there's steps in there to help you to make sure that your security is on point. All right. And then also walk you through how to actually start investing step by step. Y'all, a lot of these beginners, because I was one, all of us was one at one point, y'all. We don't lose money just because the market does what the market does. No, we lose money because we skip steps. We trying to hurry up and get to the big money. It don't work like that. Okay. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, if you want to, it's totally free. Okay. You can click the link in my bio on TikTok. It's actually in the description box on YouTube as well. Get that, download it, do the steps by the steps. Don't skip ahead. Okay. Now, my goal, y'all. Hey, come on, come on. Can y'all do it? My baby crying for me. Can y'all do it real quick so I get to President Blockchain? What's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heartbeat. Yeah, come on. Almost there. Almost at 100K. But yeah, so the biggest takeaway for tonight, y'all, I hope that y'all got from this, all right, is we don't need to predict the market. We can learn to read market structure and we can answer these questions for ourselves. So we don't have to ask, President of Blockchain, are we at the bottom of the market for Bitcoin? We can look at it and say, yay, nay, indecision, right? We can look at it for ourselves and say, this it, that's not it. These are the things we're looking for to tell us, yes, we're in accumulation. These are the things that we're looking for to tell us we're still in a correction. These are the things we're looking for. Cool? Everybody got it. Once you do that, y'all, you are no longer reacting. You're no longer guessing. You're no longer losing money unnecessarily. You are now thinking like an analyst. And guess what? You're going to make way more money for the long term. Cool? I'm not gonna give y'all a homework assignment because I really have to go. So, because my child is important, and I don't want her sitting here, feeling some type of way. So, I hope y'all have a really great night. I will see y'all on Tuesday. Okay, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. We'll be back to talking about crypto more and more to make sure everybody can go out here and fish for themselves and make money on their own. Everybody got it? Okay, so I'm gonna leave y'all with my favorite quote, and that is from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe. He says, "You start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can." Y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. All right.